Alright. How you feeling?
Do I look cute or scary?
Do you want my honest answer?
Yeah.
You look scarily cute.
Happy Halloween.
Oh yeah, it is
Not
Halloween
quite.
coming up.
What's today? The 19th. Yeah, so it's soon. In a couple weeks.
So you can basically go as yourself for Halloween
I'm
because
scarily cute.
you're scarily cute. You're like Labubu cute. Maybe you could be a Labubu this
I
year.
would love to be Labubu. Actually, a great idea.
That would be kind of tough.
You think so? Do you think it's like played out though?
I think so. I've apparently.
It's over.
I don't think it's really over.
It's dead.
You could be a dead Labubu,
Blood.
like a Frankenstein. We just need to find you some like furry.
I think it's easy to find. I think it's part of the cosplay or whatever those things are. What are those conventions?
Yeah, like Anime Con, Twitch Con.
Yeah. Where do they get their stuff from?
I think they make them.
No.
Yes,
With their hands?
with their feet. It's a real practice.
Oh shoot. That's crazy.
I think we should go as Labubus. That's actually really cool. Because you already kind of look like a Labubu. Not in a scary way, but you just have the cutest face in the world. Look at your nose. That's a Labubu nose
Okay,
right
so
there.
speaking of noses, I need to understand. When I smile, does my nose scrunch?
Smile. No. Yes.
Because I'm trying to understand when I see people on TV who smile at and their nose is scrunched. I'm like, is that on purpose or is that like a natural reaction?
What's worse, a nose scrunch or the tongue like that? Ugh,
I don't know. I think this is worse
disgusting.
because this feels forced.
It's all false to me. Maybe it's because it's a byproduct of them having a nose job. So their nose is just like,
It just gets scrunched.
yeah.
Anyway, just thought I would ask.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. How you doing? Baby.
We're never not recording the podcast. That's my
Yeah.
commitment to you.
We're never not recording a podcast.
We have to always record the podcast because something will always come up. Life is happening. Things are going on. The world's crazy. We're busy. But we have to record the podcast. I don't care if we have to travel with these 17 different cameras. We will do it.
At least, though, the setup is much different.
Yeah. I mean, you did a great job.
You say that to me every time, and I always feel like you're lying, and I appreciate that. That's what
When have I
marriage is
ever
all
lied?
about. Lie to me, make me feel good about myself.
I've never lied to you. You lied to me.
How did I lie
You
to you?
deceived me into telling you that I loved you first. Remember that? I believe the day was a week before my birthday.
Yeah. It was a beautiful day.
2022. Anyway.
2021.
No. Oh, I guess. No, it was in January.
It was before. Wait,
My birthday's in January 18th. So
it was after.
it was a week before my birthday.
Oh, a week before. Okay, yeah, 2022.
2022.
See, this is why. See, this is marriage yet again. The wife, the mother will always be knowing everything.
Yeah, the wife's no.
Okay, but let's get back to why we are here today. Baby, we're finally recording a podcast.
Well, and we've recorded podcasts, but we haven't released any of them.
Yeah.
Because apparently I said something I shouldn't have said and almost outed you.
No.
But we're good.
That wasn't the main reason. The main reason why we've been recording podcasts but not putting them out is just to find our flow back together.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
You're faking me out.
not faking you out. It's
of.
just that we said that we were going to take the summer off, and then we took a whole year off.
A lot can happen in a year.
A lot can happen in a year. So what we expect to just jump right back into
Yes.
a podcast and think shit is sweet?
Yes, that's how life
Alright,
is.
fine. Okay, all right, well, yeah.
Preparations for the week. No, I'm kidding.
Well, we've recorded 2 episodes so far,
Yeah, so we're back.
but this this. No, okay, sorry. This is the podcast episode that we're coming back finally. Rebrand.
Open Marriage Podcast.
Let's get something ultrally clear. We are not polygamous, open. Sorry to you freaks out there. I don't kink shame. Okay, but what we are saying is we're opening up the conversation around the podcast.
Around the marriage.
Same difference.
Almost.
I already messed up the. Let me try this again. We are not in an open marriage, but we are opening the conversation around our marriage in podcast formats.
Very great.
Yes.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yes.
Second time's a charm. Didn't even eat.
Come on now. Like I said, I'm trying to get the groove back.
Are you sweating?
Look at my hands are sweating,
Why
baby.
are you sweating, babe?
Because it's new. It's like there's an element of me always feeling a bit apprehensive when it comes to opening up someone's relationship to the internet. Because the internet going internet. People
Sure.
people are gonna be like, she's too good for him. Which, yes, is absolutely
No
true.
one's going to say that. I think that we have so many fans. I mean, I've been getting so many questions about when this thing is coming back. So I'm just excited that we can give the people what they want.
This is all we aim for.
Yeah, it
we
is.
want to give you what we want. So enter in our marriage and listen to this episode of Open Marriage Podcast.
Very great. Yeah, you're doing it. All right, so we've been gone for a while, but we won't worry about what happened in the past, except for let's just do a week in review. What were we doing last week? What were we up to? Where were we?
So last week, I got back from vacation. We were on vacation.
I love how you said I, as if we weren't there together.
So when you say what, do you say what you or what we? Like,
Well, I said what
were
were we up to, yeah.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Maybe I said you. Actually, I don't know.
No.
I'm sorry.
Look, either
In
way,
advance.
we
Yeah.
were on vacation and we went back to your old stomping grounds, baby.
Yeah, how was that for you?
It was everything that I needed it to be in the most honest sense. I think that being in a marriage, or at least this is what I'm understanding, we really need to know about each other. And more so than just one another, we need to know about our families. So I think getting the opportunity to spend a week in Minneapolis with your family, see your godmother, basically your aunties,
Yeah.
cousins, all of that stuff. I'm like, this is essentially my family. I need to find out who everyone is. I love your people. It always made me feel sad when people get into, I don't know, everyone's different, but when people get married and then you find out that their in-laws just don't like them, I'm like, okay, why are you getting into this relationship? I'm not saying you have to marry, like everyone needs to be best friends, but
Yeah.
I'm like, there are some major red flags that you should take into account before popping that question. It's like, can I get along with your family, or at least can I be tolerated?
Yeah, well, unless you're going to cut your family off, which is a whole different conversation.
Yeah, which...
And sometimes you need to be honest. That's a different conversation for a different day.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy that you got to be around everyone. And I think what was different this time is that you actually got to spend some time because you've met some of these people before.
Yeah.
And because of like work and just life in Vegas, you didn't have an opportunity to really like connect with them and get to know them. So to be in Minneapolis with really nothing else to do besides spend time. And I will admit, I think it was a bit much for you. I have to remember that your social battery isn't conditioned for constant conversation, despite you being, I think out of the two of us, you're the more talkative person in the relationship, but you don't agree.
In what kind of context? Being around people?
No, I just think you're talkative and like, I think you say more words if we're together than I do.
Really?
Yeah.
You be talking up a storm.
To you or in general?
In general.
I'm saying when we are together, between the two of us, you say more words to me than I say to you.
Like one-on-one. Really?
Yes.
Well, because actually you told me about this in the beginning of a relationship, and I always felt like I was ranting. And you're like, you're not ranting, you're just going on a dissertation. I don't like rambling to you. This is not fun.
I don't think that you can help it sometimes, if I'm being honest.
I can help it. I can be a mute.
No, I know I don't want you to be mute. What I'm just saying is between you and I in a quiet room, we'll say more words than I say. Because I'm usually talked out when I get home. On the flip side of the coin, you can be talkative, but a majority of your day is spent doing whatever you want to do, which could be in solitude, which could be in solace, which could be with friends. But you have a very particular way about going about your daily life.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not in situations where you're constantly talking to people because
Right.
your job doesn't require you to talk all the time. For my mom and my dad and I, that's all we do. Especially my dad and I, because we're in retail, and my mom, because she's always in meetings. So it's like we're always talking. So what I didn't realize is that you would be so physically exhausted from the social output because you are not used to that. You don't have the endurance for it. And I just felt bad.
Okay, first and foremost,
You don't have the endurance. It's okay.
I don't think that's necessarily true. The only reason why I'll say that is we have to also keep in mind this is my first time being around, effectively, strangers. My mother always
Strangers?
taught me, don't talk to strangers.
Okay, let's think about how many people you actually. Let's think about how many strangers you actually were around.
What I mean by strangers is like in the context of you knowing everybody and me just being the new guy. I'm basically the stranger. Basically. In a roundabout way.
Anyway, all I'm saying is you were exhausted of talking and socializing. And I found out that you, very much like a baby, are on a schedule. Because every couple hours we need snacks. Every couple hours we need tea or coffee or some sort of green smoothie. It was actually necessary.
Listen to the juxtaposition. You're painting me in a very particular light.
What is it?
Okay, Pete, you said you don't have the endurance to talk. You're kind of like a baby. You need a schedule, you need food, you need sleep and whatnot. We are forgetting that we traveled on a red eye.
Yeah.
Different time zone.
Okay.
And it's not that I was exhausted of talking to people. I was exhausted of listening and taking in information. There's a very specific difference. And also, if I can't engage, it's like everyone's talking like, oh my God, it's been so many years since I've seen you. We're talking about this. We're talking about that.
What is this
And
accent?
I don't know. It's my best Minnesota accent. And then I'm sitting there and then I'm like, yeah, I haven't been to Minneapolis before. They're like, oh, that's great. Yeah, so anyway. I'm
No
like,
one did that. So you're a liar. You're an absolute liar.
I'm kidding. But what I was saying is like the only way that I can join in on a conversation is by little jokes and quips. Because I'm like, everyone has a relationship and they're talking about certain things that I have. It's not necessarily I have no business
We
jumping
weren't
in on.
talking about like the history of our relationships. Like,
Basically.
okay. Anyway, needless to say, we had a great time in Minneapolis. We were supposed to go to Chicago. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But we're going to go in December, so I'm excited about that. And I just realized we're going to be there for our wedding anniversary, our second one.
Look at that. It's already coming up to 2 years, sweetheart.
It's crazy, right?
Tell me. This is why I wanted to know, or at least I was avoiding this question in person so we can talk about it on
In
the podcast.
person. He's been avoiding me in person. Do you guys hear this?
So, marriage. What do you think? You've been married for about 2 years now. When you were a single gal out here in these streets,
I was never in the streets.
potato, potato, when you think of what your idea of marriage would have been when you were single compared to what it is now, does it exactly match up as to how you thought it was, or is it different, and in what kind of way? What I'm saying is, do you regret it? Do you want to return your gift? Do you want to pawn it? Do you want that? Just tell me. Tell me now, please.
No. I don't regret it at all. This has been, I think we can agree, and then maybe I'm speaking on behalf of you, so you can tell me fuck off, but I think this has been the best time. And I don't know that I ever had an idea of what marriage was supposed to be or was going to be for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can all agree that there's a lot of different versions of marriage presented throughout your life, whether it's like fairy tales or what you see on movies or
Sure.
your parents or someone that you know that's been in a marriage for a long time. And marriage looks so different for everyone. And I've never been in a marriage, so I don't think I could really have said what it was going to be for me. But yeah, I feel like I've been married to you my whole life. I don't feel like I've only been married to you for 2 years. So yeah, I'm having a great time. What about you?
It's been the most beautiful time ever.
Why are you doing that?
No, all jokes aside, and my hands is really sweating here. This is.
Are you okay? My nose is dripping. Your hands are sweating. Are we well?
It's just a wet time.
Oh,
Anyway,
gosh.
I like it. Marriage has been everything I hoped it would be and so much more. And that can sound corny, but I've told you this. Like, I had a loose understanding of what I wanted in a partner, and you literally created more boxes that I didn't even know that could exist. I didn't know how I would feel. I didn't know what being in a secured, loving relationship could look like. Part of me also felt as though when we get married, I didn't think things were going to change, but it's something that we always said during our relationship. We always asked each other, are we out of the honeymoon phase? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you've been asking that more than I have.
Right, because I'm like, this is just way too good to be true. Something's got to give. You're lying to me, and I'm gonna find out. Or me being like, am I really built for this? Not to say that I didn't believe that was boyfriend material or marriage material, but I was just like, this just feels too amazing. And I'm like, okay, it's kind of like, will the rug get pulled out from underneath me? We're 2 years in, and I'm like, this has been the most amazing life I could have ever had. And I have the most amazing partner, wife, solely. There's things I'm thinking in my head I want to say. I'm like, I can't say that on the podcast because you're not. But what I'm saying is, I am so grateful for you. And the listeners are probably going to listen in and like, oh, this guy's so mushy. And I'm like, I'm not capping. I'm really not capping. I love this woman. My hands are literally dripping in sweat.
Do you need me to put the air on?
No. Let it ride. But it's been perfect. It's been amazing. And I know you say something about like a 7-year itch.
What year
I don't know.
4.
Oh, it starts from when you're dating, not from when you get married?
I think it is married, but I don't know if you get one when you're like, just like with the same person for 7 years. I gotta look into it. I'm not really sure.
Well, either way, we're like 4 years in-ish.
Yeah, we're more like 4.5, almost 5. Because April will be 5.
Imagine if we get out to 7 years and then out of nowhere we both wake up.
And we're itching our bodies.
And we're like, I need something different. What are we gonna do? I'll scratch your back. I'll keep the nails long for you and rake that back, baby. Whatever you need.
It's absolutely not. Okay. You are crazy. Absolutely crazy. Well, thanks for that question. We had a good time. We're happy to be back. And we don't have another break again until January. So,
Damn.
I mean, I'll have time off, but you won't. So
You take all the time you need. I need to work. We gotta get things done. I always love coming back from vacation because, like, hey, you had a break. Now it's time to get to work.
I know, but it's always hard to go back to work. Like yesterday, I did not want to go back to work. I was like, can I just not go to work today? But then it was fine.
I did ask someone. I had a brief moment where you always say, "I'm a performer in Vegas." I'm sure y'all know that. But you always ask me like, and other people ask me, "Do you ever get tired of doing the same show?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
Is it no different from everyone else's 9 to 5? Y'all fold in the same clothes.
No,
you got
it's
the
not the
same
same.
people coming in, or you're making the same sandwiches, or you're looking at the same stock portfolios. Everyone has the same 9 to 5.
No,
You're doing
no.
the same thing every
It's not
day.
the same. It's not the same.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I think if we switch roles, you'll be like, okay, it's no different than everyone
I
else.
think if I was a worker, maybe, but I'm not.
You're a boss.
So I don't do the same thing every day. Okay.
You and I are not the same. You got a boss. I am a boss. You got a boss. What did JC say?
I don't know. I don't know this song that you're singing.
You not a boss. You got a boss. Yeah, that's what he said. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so I get it. You're different. You're a boss, babe. Boss chick.
I hate that terminology. It's the worst
What's
terminology
up?
in the world.
What do you hate more? Boss chick or HBIC?
HBIC. They're both bad, but anyway. So, all right. Any highlights from last week?
Highlights. Yeah, shout out to Minneapolis. Shout out to Matt's. Them loosey gooseys had me.
Babe, say it right.
Them juicy Lucy's had me right, man. They were absolutely delicious. I will say this though, my body odor has been crazy.
But
The
I
amount
don't-
of red meat. You tried to like come at me just a little bit earlier talking about, oh, you need a nap, you need your greens. I'm like, yeah, when we got out there, it was basically meat and potatoes.
Yeah, that's the Midwest.
Shout out to the Midwest. I don't think I can live that kind of lifestyle. I need my greens, I
Well-
need my water.
Technically, Chicago is in the Midwest also.
Yeah,
It's
but
Illinois.
I think, they'll have
Greens.
Minneapolis has options for greens. We went to a couple of different places that had, avocado toast, this and that. But what I'm saying is like we were on off the family timeline. If I'm in Chicago on my ones, I'll definitely get to the greens.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of greens, but that's just what you expect when you are in the Midwest. It's just kind of that.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
Don't go during the state fair because you really have no greens. Well, you'll have corn, but that's not really greens because you're just going to eat cheese curds and cookies and donuts and corn.
It's a beautiful thing.
And
Shout out
drink
to the
beer,
Midwest.
if you drink beer. Okay.
Y'all do that?
What is that?
Midwest? No? MW.
I see what's happening. I just don't think I like that. And how do your fingers like go that crazy? I don't do that.
I remember when you told me you can't frown. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I can't.
Okay. Highlights. Matt's was great. Seeing your baby pictures.
All over my grandma's house
So beautiful.
in that back room.
That's another thing I forgot to tell people. Yo, people in Minneapolis, y'all don't realize how authentic y'all have it. Because I was just like, everywhere. This is real wood. Everywhere I was going.
Every house is creaky.
Every house creaking. I'm like, we got vinyl out here. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. It's really nice. I liked out there.
It is kind of weird when you think about it, but yeah, it's old architecture. I think that's part of the reason why Vegas is so hard for me because everything is so new or it was made so recently. So there's not any of that. Like this wood has been in the house for 100 years and it's never been changed. But yeah, it was a really good time. I just enjoyed not opening. I didn't work at all. I deleted all the apps off my phone. I didn't do anything while I was gone.
Proud of you.
And thank you. It sucks when you come back and you have 400 emails to go through, but I think everyone needs time to just like disconnect and be away. And I wish the weather would have been better, but ultimately, like it was so nice. I think I told my parents, I don't know the last time that I'd been with them for that long of time because usually I'd go home for a couple days or a few days, but we were together for like 8 days straight. And I think that's probably the longest time we've also been around my parents.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a beautiful time. I think that it's something I wrote in the card, but like I said, I always felt like I kind of married into the family and wasn't like really around. And also because I've got a different schedule to everyone, but I've never really had time to just sit down and be like, maybe it's because it's not like I was just on my iPhone the whole time and then, hold on. Okay. But what I'm saying is like, when you get to connect with people, you always have something to distract you or you have work or what have you. The fact that I was really around your parents, I got to understand them much more and be able to have conversations. I'm like, oh, like, even though we're basically 4 years together, I feel like I had a resistant feeling towards building new family just because of my own personal hang-ups or trauma. Everyone loves the trauma word. But I finally opened myself up to that love that they've always been trying to give me.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful. I was like, this is the trip that I was like, okay, this is my family. Like,
Do you think that if we would have had a trip where we had spent this much time together earlier on, you would have maybe felt included earlier in the relationship or no?
Probably not, only because it's more contingent on me. I don't think it's based off of any particular dynamic or environment that would help support that or hop, skip, jump my own personal journey emotionally that I need to go through. But I will say that I'm here now. I've always loved your parents. They're amazing people.
Yeah.
I love you, so I also love them.
Okay.
No, what I'm saying though is like your parents are so great because it's like I love you and I know every single aspect of you.
Yeah.
But seeing you in parent form in two different people, I'm just like, yo, these are the people that I actually love. Like it makes sense. So
That's sweet.
no, I really do love you people. Who would have thought I love my in-laws like that?
I'm glad that you do. They're
Yeah,
pretty great.
They're fantastic.
They're pretty great. All right, well, what do we got on the docket today?
Do you want to talk Love is Blind?
It pains me to talk about this show. It is the worst. Love is Blind used to be a show that I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last good season was a season that had Kwame and Chelsea and Bliss and Zach and
Brett
and what was her name? Why can't I remember it?
I don't remember people's names anyway, like that.
And then that was the best season, like the last best season besides the first season. And then everything since then has just been awful.
Now, hold on a second, because at first when we saw that they started opening Love is Blind to different like countries,
Then the
I
UK
will say
one was good.
the first season of the UK
was
this is great because there was an element of like, oh, we're actually like having different kinds of conversations, getting to know one another, just not in a superficial way and really being intentional. Maybe it had something to do with culture, different environment, or them being slightly older.
Yeah.
But it was like, yo, this is a great season.
That was great. And then second season UK came out and we didn't even watch it because it was so bad.
What was bad about it though?
Okay, so the people, I don't know who's in charge of casting,
Mm-hmm.
but whoever is needs to get fired because they're god awful at their jobs.
Why though?
Because
How?
these people that they're bringing on the show are just boring. They've got nothing. They have no sustenance. They have no personalities. They're just boring. Just boring.
I can't wholeheartedly agree with that because most people are boring.
I don't think so, though. I don't think that most people are boring. I think that you can cast. I never have casted anyone for a show. I'm not in charge, so I'm not an expert here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the same thing is true with hiring. It's like sometimes people can get you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, they turned up in this casting interview and they really, show that they have personality. Then they get on TV and they're like scared.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that could be part of it. That probably is about 30% of the total group.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you 3 out of 10 people that are just trash because they got you.
Okay.
The other 70%, you need to be better pickers of who's going on TV.
You gotta look okay, I guess.
Yeah, but I also think that part of it is like because it's a love reality TV, whatever show, you have to be able to understand, okay, I'm casting these people in relation to one another. So it's not like I'm just going to cast these girls and I'm going to cast these guys and then let's like put them in a social experiment. There has to be some level, I would assume, of like, okay, I don't know if they cast the girls first or the guys first. So they cast like a few guys and they go cast a few girls. But there has to be a level of like, okay, is there compatibility here? Does the personalities, do they mesh? Because you're trying to, my idea is that you essentially would want as many people to get married as possible or to make it to the very end so that when people stay engaged and like watch it. Mm-hmm. And then therefore there's like more excitement about the following seasons of Love is Blind. But I don't feel like they've been missing the mark. This season is so bad. It is so bad. 2 girls left so far. And we're not even caught up. We can barely even get through episodes. We fall asleep every single second.
Yeah, by the time this episode drops, I think the wedding episode will be airing.
Oh my God. And no one's going to get married. Everyone's saying no. There's not going to be a single married couple out of this season. I will guarantee you that right now.
Imagine if they all get married. That would be wild. Well, we would have to watch the rest of the season. Will we watch?
Yeah, we can, but we're going to have to like fast forward it. Like I actually can't sit through watching. I can't.
Play on 2 times speed. I will say though, it depends on where they're like casting from. I think they're casting from Colorado.
They're in Denver. Which is a major city. So
yeah, but
I'm also just interested in demographics because the show is very homogenous.
It's a bunch of white people on there. Is
Correct.
that what you're saying?
Like everyone's white, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I
but
get that you're in Colorado, but we don't live in like they're not in like Nova Scotia.
what's dude's name? Asian dude's name?
Patrick.
And then what's the Asian girl's name?
I can't remember her name.
Well, and the girl who left. Look,
Anna. Because he
come
called her
on,
Anna,
man.
remember?
You see how you be.
I think, I don't
No,
know.
I think you're right. But what I'm saying though is, even though there wasn't a lot of people of color there was at least one conversation that I was hoping that they would experience, which is when you live in a city with a very homogenous community, what does that look like? I.e., as a person of color with a whole bunch of white people around you, how do you date? And I was so happy that with their conversations, we actually got some kind of insight as to what I guessed how people would be feeling, i.e., I've typically dated like white girls, and if I saw someone Asian, it isn't just someone that I'm quite interested in. And then her on her side was like, yeah, like if I would have saw you, I wouldn't really be interested. I'm like,
But then they kept saying that when they found out. Okay, also, can we just talk about the fact that they were talking about their race? I'm like, you guys, the whole point of this show is that you don't know what someone looks like. So knowing someone's race is kind of an antithesis of the entire show. Because if you know someone's Asian and you don't typically date Asians, you've ruined it.
yeah, but also at the same time, at what point can your race or ethnicity be a part of your personality or your culture? At what point does that play like a factor in like, I'm not gonna be up here and be like, if I'm dating someone, I'm gonna pretend that I'm not black so that they can see me for who I am. Like, what? No. My blackness is intrinsically.
You don't need to pretend that you're not something. Point being is, if someone says, "Hey, what do you look like?" Like, for example, the hairdresser lady, I don't even remember her name, Caitlin or something, or I don't know, something, and Patrick.
Yeah.
She was like forcing him to tell her what his ethnicity was, and I'm like, because you're so hung up that you're not dating a white guy who's attractive and has a bunch of social media followers, you need to prepare yourself to see him when that door opens. Like, it just feels very icky. I don't like it, and I don't think that this happened on other seasons. Like, for example, when O-Girl, what is her name? Remember when the girl said she looked like Megan Fox?
Yeah.
Okay, obviously she didn't. We don't need to be saying like who we look like. It doesn't support the experiment. The experiment is love blind. If you're blind, you don't see someone's ethnicity. So I don't understand why now we think it's okay to like start trickling in ethnicity and race and having conversations. I think you can have a conversation about how race might have impacted your experience growing up and dating, and then let people believe and think what they want to believe and think. Like, you need to leave some room for the imagination. My mom always said this growing up. I think the same is true for the show. The whole point is to not know.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So what I'm saying then is that the integrity of the show is in question now because they're letting people have these conversations.
I think that the Love is Blind production team are like, hey, we win regardless whether or not people get married, don't get married, follow the rules, don't follow the rules.
The show is so bad. It's downhill. I don't think I want to watch it anymore.
Okay, you say that, but imagine if they did Love is Blind in Miami or Love is Blind in California, Los
They need to do
Angeles,
it in LA or New York or something.
Oh, can you imagine New York?
Well, it will be better than
Yo,
this.
dead ass. Yo, he's bugging. That was a horrible.
That's
horrible.
That's
New York.
really crazy.
I apologize.
Anyway, I just hate this season, and I think it's so bad. I don't think anyone's going to get married. I cannot deal with old women calling themselves Sparkle anything. That's an unpopular opinion. It's like a Disney adult. And sorry if that's you, but I don't understand tying your personality so much so to something that is not within. So I'm like, yeah, do your thing, Sparkle Megan. Hopefully she finds love. I don't think that this guy is going to work out for her. I think she is I think she has an unhealthy attachment to her dad's diabetes death and is now trying to attach the same sort of connection to this guy's kid. I just there's a lot to unpack in this season, and I really don't like it. So yeah, I'm not into it, and that's it.
She's like, I don't like it. Throw it away. Put it in the trash.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. No, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's good for us as the viewers to watch. What does it take in order to really find your connection with someone? Or like, I just think the concept, first of all, to find somebody in 10 to 11 days. By the way, when these people are saying, okay.
I knew that I loved you in 10 to 11 days.
And you, sweetheart, but I would never tell you. I would wait until you tell me first.
You tried me.
Okay, but what I'm saying though is like, what does it take in order to find a person that you actually love or respect, or what are the pillars that constitutes to you being in a great relationship to be able to see that? I think it's an interesting experiment, and obviously some people have been continued to stay married. It works. I don't think everyone approaches it the same, and I think us as viewers, we can be looking at something and be like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" Like, sorry, not looking at, looking for. You know?
Yeah.
But I think for their relationship, the whole diabetes thing, I'm like, that could be a very real thing for some people.
Sure. Maybe I was being a bit insensitive, but
I think it's fair. I mean, I personally, I don't know what's to come of their relationship with the dude with the tattoos, but maybe their love sparkles, and that's why it's gonna work out for them. I just don't think
love sparkles. You're insane.
I'm just saying, everybody deserves love, and everyone has their things that they're looking for, and hopefully you can find that in another person.
So here's the real question. Do we think that, because there's not a lot of marriages that have lasted from Love is Blind, so could one make the assertion that love is not blind?
I think love is blind, but that can't be the only sense. You can't say love is deaf. You know what I mean? Because you can be listening to certain things and just be like, yeah, I'm only paying attention to what you look like. Sometimes you got to listen to yourself also. Love is blind. Love is deaf. Love is, what's another sense? Numb. You need to take all your senses in to make sure, is this person the person for me?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, based on the show's track record, clearly love is blind for some and not for others. And I think the experiment doesn't do the aftermath any justice, because love can be blind in the process, like in the pods.
Sure.
But then love isn't blind anymore, because now you're with that person and you have all your senses. And then if you choose to stay married after the fact, like obviously there's things that come up in any marriage, but I don't think it's truly blind, to your point. I think you have to be able to, I think there are parts of love that can be blind, and I think that it also could lead you down a really slippery slope if you only allow love to be blind.
Or only look for certain things.
Yeah. I think that the premise of the show of like, when you're dating people, you should probably not always go for your type, and like open up your blinders to see like outside of your purview is important. And I think that getting to know somebody through conversations sets the foundation for a really great relationship, because it starts with like a friendship first, and then you get to know somebody and you actually genuinely want to know who they are, and there's not this opportunity for like physical connection too soon. But also that's not the only thing that matters.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't know. I don't think you can ethically and properly jump into a romantic relationship if you don't have a sense of self, and I don't think that there's a lot of people that go throughout life don't have the access to get therapy or know who they are as a person. You know what I mean? I just don't think that. And also at the same time, they're dating multiple people. There are some people that say you will never be able to jump into a real relationship if you're dating multiple people at the same time. You gotta do like a one car garage situation. Maybe. I don't.
Car garage.
I hate to like boil down. That? I had a friend of mine that was like, yeah, when I date someone, it's my car. One car garage. I don't know.
Really?
That's besides the point. But what I'm saying though is, it just comes down to it. I don't think it needs to be complicated. Does it work? Do we work together or do we not work together?
Yeah, fair. Well, I don't think any one of these people works together, so we'll find out shortly.
We'll see on the next episode of Open Marriage Podcast. I was going to say Love is Blind.
What?
Well, next time we have the episode, it will air.
Oh.
So we'll find out.
We'll find out. Anyway. I really wish Love is Blind would get better.
Like I
Fire
said,
everyone.
let's wait for a major city.
But they haven't done one before, I don't think. They're like podunk towns.
Maybe they can have a Love is Blind Minneapolis.
Well, they already had one.
They did?
Yes. Yes.
Was that the first season?
No, that was the one before this one.
Huh.
You don't remember?
I don't remember nothing.
Everyone was white.
Okay, so we okay, I think that's what it is. Maybe it's Love is Blind is great for a lot of people. A homogenous community. I'm saying for us, we need to see some black people up in there.
Just or like any like the world doesn't look like that.
Also, you can, yeah, but if you grow up in Colorado, like Denver, and everyone's gonna be a byproduct of what it's like to live in Denver, you know what I mean? So it's like
Okay,
you're
but-
not gonna
yeah,
Love
but-
is Blind Earth.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
I think that there just needs to be a better. I mean, maybe they don't have people that are auditioning or whatever that are like multicultural, like multiracial, but then we need to go find them.
Yeah, but who wants to go on a relationship show?
People will.
Yeah, but what you were saying, like you have to have
Brett
a particular.
and Kwame both went.
But you have to have a specific mindset. And mind you, I think Kwame auditioned for another show right
Really?
before. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to say roll the clip, but I'm pretty sure I saw him like auditioning for something else. So he was already in the headspace of not saying that he's just trying to get on television, but trying to take a different approach towards being in a relationship, which I'm like, cool. Think outside the box. It's not just all about
Sure.
being on Hinge and eHarmony. You know what I mean? There's other.
eHarmony.
I'm just saying. Or Farmers Meat.
Meat.
What I'm saying is you have to
should
have
mingle.
a particular mindset in order to be like, I want to be in a relationship. Not only that, I want to put my shit on blast in front of millions of people on Netflix. Like
Yeah, fair.
people
I
want
don't
to be
know.
silent with this.
We
you know?
just need better casting. That's all. That's the nature of the business.
Well, here's the next season, hopefully.
I don't even know when they announce the city. I'm gonna be like this because I don't remember. I think it's Denver, Minneapolis, and I don't remember where we were before that. Charlotte.
Charlottesville.
Charlotte was the one that had Jimmy, Megan Fox, what's her face, Jessica. Remember the girl
Yeah,
singing
yeah,
Abbey
yeah.
Pen when you see me.
Yeah.
Who else was on that season?
How do you remember that they're from Charlotte? Like what?
Because they were talking about being in Charlotte and like going to the bars in Charlotte. Well, remember that one guy who was like found the girl? He was dating the one girl, then he met up with the other girl at the bar in the parking lot, and he tried to lie about it. Remember?
Yeah.
They are in Charlotte. But that's as far as I can remember. I don't know what happened before. I don't remember where we were before that.
Love is Blind production. We're looking for major cities: New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. Where else? They already did Seattle.
They did Seattle. That's where Brett and Kwame and Chelsea are all from.
Okay, yeah.
Nicholas and Zach.
Do Florida. I'd love to see how Floridians.
But like not Orlando.
Yeah. Oh, don't do
Because they would do that. They do that. They go to the
It's
city that's like not good.
South Florida and then the rest. Just go to South Florida. No disrespect. West Palm,
What else
Fort
have I not
Lauderdale.
done?
Miami, 305 till I die. Shout out. Anyway, it just has to be a major city.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm with that. I like that.
Anyway.
So what's next? What are we talking about? You want to get into what the social media streets are saying?
Sorry I'm idiotic so much because I need a nap.
It's like me being in Minneapolis.
Yeah, I'm like suddenly tired.
I didn't realize this conversation was boring you.
It's not boring me.
So you know me, I'm trying to be hip. I'm trying to be in the know. Sometimes I go on social media and I see what are people talking about, especially when it comes to relationships. Came across a video about someone talking about the difference between the treatment that you give a boyfriend or girlfriend versus someone that is a potential fiance or husband and or wife. What do you think about that?
It's a very vague question. What do you think about it?
If someone says, I'm not gonna give you wifey husband treatment if you're my boyfriend slash girlfriend, I'm like, how will they know that maybe those people should go on Love is Blind because they're ready to be married right now. They want to skip the whole process of building up to that. But I'm like, you need to be able to know whether someone's husband or wifey material from the jump. You can't, I'm going to withhold these things for my husband or wife. I'm not saying go broke for these people. When we started dating,
Okay.
did you say anything about me that you're like, you're my boyfriend, I'm not going to treat you like you're my husband, so I'm going to withhold these? Okay, why not?
I'm not somebody who withholds things. I'm not like those other like women who are like, well, he isn't doing these things, so I'm not going to have sex. I'm like, we don't withhold sex. Like, this is not punishment. To me, and all I'm saying is like, to me, it's in the same line of conversation around like, I withhold things to get what I want, or I withhold things until you show me that you're worthy. And I think the conversation needs to be like, you need to choose somebody that's worthy of you.
But how do you know if someone's worthy of being chosen to share these things if you don't get to know them or date them?
Well, you need to be able to know them and date them. So I would say to these people that are saying like, oh, I'm not going to treat you like this because you need, like, you can't, if you want to be married, you unfortunately have to put yourself out there to a point where you could get hurt or you could give more than you receive. And it's the responsibility of the person who is seeking out marriage or giving this effort and energy to determine how far they're willing to go before, if things aren't being reciprocated, they leave. And I think people try to safeguard themselves when it comes to love to like say like, okay, I'm only gonna give you this much because if I do more and then you take from me and then you don't give to me, then I look like an asshole. And it's like, sure, but you're never gonna get where you want to go because you're not willing to be vulnerable and open yourself up to possibility.
Yeah, I remembered someone told me that like in order to like truly love someone, you need to be like, you need to have some vulnerability. You need to be open to that aspect. I don't know. I think it sounds good. You know, when people are trying to have a hot take, I'm like, yeah, it sounds good. It sounds salacious, but at the same time, it doesn't make any sense. It has no rhyme or reason. I'm like, because if you're saying that you don't want to treat someone as husband or wifey material, does that mean that you yourself are not husband or wifey material? Do you expect to get to that point spontaneously out of nowhere? That it really makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't agree with that mindset, and I think that's why those people are still single, if I'm being honest.
Well, no, they're in relationships, but they're just not being married.
But your relation,
they're single and they tax return.
That's why you're not married, though, is because you're trying to, it's creating conditions around a love that when you're married just shouldn't have conditions.
Damn, okay, bar. Are you sure you're not like a licensed like relationship expert or something like that?
I'd love to be, actually.
Really?
Yeah, like a marriage and family therapist.
I think you could help a lot of people.
I think that I have the right personality for it. Just got to go back to school for 2 more years and get a degree.
It's funny enough, I know this is like a slight segue, but this kind of ties into this movie that I was watching on the way back from Minneapolis, The Materialist. I wasn't expecting you to watch it.
No.
If anybody's watched this movie, it is very Kevin Samuels coded.
Your favorite.
Okay, wait. I will not take
Blair
any
used to
slander.
watch Kevin Samuels YouTube videos
Time out.
for fun.
We all used to watch
I
Kevin
didn't watch
Samuels.
it. I didn't even know who he was until you told me about him.
Well, you're just pure-hearted, aren't you? You just don't know nothing.
Correct.
Look, either way, in the movie The Materialist, they were talking about... So the premise is there's a matchmaker who is able to find single eligible bachelors and bachelorettes. They have a company and they basically pair people together. It's like you come across, say you have a friend named Cindy, and you're like, okay, Cindy, I have this guy named Greg who is, a great catch or what have you. Cindy's like, yeah, but I need a guy that's a 666. They need to be the mark of the beast. They need to be at least 6 foot, 6 figures, 6-pack, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And so that person would be like, okay, well, they're not 6 foot, but they're 5'10". They don't have six figures, but they make a decent like income. I think you should give them a try. There's a lot of people that have non-negotiables when they go into relationships.
Sure.
But then when they start dating, they realize, oh, these non-negotiables that they had might not have necessarily been necessary. But what I'm saying is, as far as like what it takes to like go into a relationship or in this movie, I'm like, I thought this was red pill coded. And I feel like maybe more people have those feelings. Is it pink pilled?
Why is it pink?
I don't know, because girls, it's the red pill version for girls. I don't know. But when it comes
very
to
gendering.
I know, but maybe we're much more conservative when it comes to relationships than we anticipate.
You and I?
No, I'm saying the general public.
Probably.
I don't know. It was a slight segue. I just thought about that movie again.
Yeah, no, not my kind of movie to watch. But yeah, I don't think I want to be a matchmaker. But I do think, yeah, it's unfortunate. I think a lot of how we are brought up in our own experiences within relationships, whether we've been cheated on or like there's been infidelity or there's been a baby that's been procreated in a relation, like outside of a relationship, or just like domestic violence or abusive language or just like life in general, things can get difficult. And so I think over time it just shapes the way that you see relationships. And so you try to safeguard yourself. Like love is such a it's such a like revealing thing to do. Like, you've got to like strip back your layers and be like, hey, here I am. Like you're gonna see me when I look like shit, and you're gonna see me when I look great, and I'm gonna not always be my best, but like, are you still gonna love me, and can I still show up for you, and do I still have empathy for you even if you're on my last nerve? And I don't think that many people are willing to do that, because it does require like a level of, I could get hurt at any point in time, but I'm okay with doing that. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't feel good for most people. That's not our natural instinct to just be like wide open.
I think you showed me in the beginning of our relationship the benefits of being vulnerable. Typically, if I felt vulnerable, I'm scared, I shy away, I move away from what that perceived danger is. But you showed me what it's like to be vulnerable with someone, still be scared, but still moving forward because you trust in your connection with that person. And that has a way bigger payoff than anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this isn't my call to arms to anybody that's out there trying to date and be like, hey, you need to be vulnerable and make an ass out of yourself and get yourself hurt. I am not saying that. But what I am saying is those parts of yourself that you're trying to keep protected and vulnerable, it might not need protection for someone that has your best interests at heart. They can surprise you and really make you feel even more supported.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about it is, again, it's just like I said, in the Love is Blind casting, there's like, I think there's about, and this is my own personal opinion, this is not based on statistics or facts, but I think about 30% of the time you can get duped. I do believe that. So you might think someone has all the signs and they might show up really strongly in the first like 6 months. And then you get together and you're like, okay, this is not at all the person I thought I was going to be with. And that's okay. Like there's something learned in all relationships, but that's where you have to use like discernment, the skill of discernment, to be like, okay, actually these skill sets that I once saw are no longer being reflected. If I told a person what I need, they don't listen to me, or they're not making changes, or we can't come to common understanding, then I've got to bounce. Yes.
But what about the people that have felt like they've invested a lot of time in a relationship, and if they were to pull out now, it would be a waste of time?
You're wasting time thinking about that question.
But you're still like, so what you're saying, like the moment that you feel like something can't be, like isn't right, you should just leave?
If you believe that the person that you're with current state isn't, if there's no common ground to be found, or there's no way for you guys to get back to one another, or it will never be what you want it to be, and you voice those concerns, then I do think that it probably is time for you to leave. And time is going to go on regardless. It's the same thing of like someone being like, I'm going to go back to school in like 5 years from now. 5 years is going to come and go. Whether you're in school in 5 years or you're in school now, time is still going to happen. So you're just prolonging the inevitable, or you're prolonging what could be your happiness, or you're prolonging what is your sadness or your anger. So it's like, I don't know. I think it is human nature to hold on and hope. I think many of us believe that there is good in most people and that they can change. And I think that that's true for a lot of people. However, I also think that it's true that sometimes shit just doesn't work out and you got to move on. So sticking around is like, who is it hurting more? That person or you or everyone around you? And what matters the most?
I'm thinking of that, because I'm a millennial. I've seen memes, but I'm thinking of like
Memes. Can we just be done with memes?
no, I've seen that like depiction of like someone holding like a tug of war, and it's like these problems that are on the opposite end. They're pulling your hand and like they're pulling the rope, and it's like burning your hand, and it's like sometimes it causes more pain to hold on rather than to let go.
Yeah.
But it's like it really comes down to each individual person to decide when is it time to let go. Because some people be like, I've got the bandwidth to hold on forever. I will hold on to this forever. And I'm like,
and that's fine.
sure, you can, but should you? Would you want to? What's the benefit of this? I don't know, food for thought.
Yeah. Gotta let go at some point.
Wow, we getting really deep in here. This is the first episode back. This is calorically dense conversation right here.
Yeah, but that's relationships, you know? And no one can tell you when it's time to let go. You have to know in your heart of hearts, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to be that person at the nursing home. Hopefully I'm not there, but when I'm old and like gray and like, whatever, I'm like at the end of my life. Saying like, man, I really wish that when I was this age, I would have let go because I would have been able to do these things. Like, who wants to sit back and have regrets? And I think naturally you're going to wish you would have done something different or took a different path, or in hindsight you might feel like I could have done this differently, but not when it comes to who you choose to love and like what kind of relationships you choose to be in. It's just why.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
But then again, not everyone gets to experience a love like this, so they might not know what's possible.
Something else I came across on TikTok is your girl,
Shan.
Shan Boudram.
Very good.
Yeah, shout out. She actually was on a couple episodes of, what was that? Too Hot to Handle. Yeah. And she was talking to Belief in Fatherhood. I'm surprised I even remember.
I don't know who that
name.
is.
This is a guy. This is the couple that, remember when I showed you? It's like demon baby.
Oh yeah.
And the baby's like just mean mugging everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know that they had a podcast, but there was a conversation that they had on their podcast that they later talked about jumping into Shan Boudram's podcast.
Yeah.
Of like, does marriage have to be hard? I mean, I feel like we already answered our question, because this marriage hasn't been hard.
Here's the thing, and we have only been married for 2 years, so the people who are out there are going to be like, you just wait till you're married for 25 years. And I'm sure we will go through something, I'm sure. Or things. But my point being, because I saw something similar on my TikTok, but not the same interview, is that like marriage isn't hard, life is hard. So life is going to throw a lot of things at you. Marriage is just like the thing that you are now in because you signed papers saying that you're husband and wife, or husband and wife, or what have you. But life is going to get hard and things are going to happen. So I think if your marriage is already got some cracks, it might appear that the marriage is difficult, when in reality it's just that life is difficult in that moment. And maybe that my opinion will change once I've lived some more life as a married person, but that's what I think right now.
So you're telling me in this marriage there hasn't been any hard aspects that made you go like, oh, this is kind of hard, but I'm up for the task maybe?
Yeah, living in Vegas, of course. I mean, that's the hardest thing. It's literally, there's hard dirt outside. It's the hardest thing I had to do.
It's hard water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hard water, hard air, hard dirt. Just a hard life. You know? Right. A lot of Jay-Z references today, huh?
Shout out. Jigga Man.
Yeah. I think moving for me was probably the biggest, like the hardest thing I've had to do. And I moved here before I was married to you, so I don't know that I could say like in marriage that was the hardest thing. But I do think not being in a major city or being somewhere that I love to live has been difficult. But you make the most of it. There's sacrifices that you make so that you can be with people that you love, and it's temporary. So
I'm hearing what makes a marriage hard is the aspect of sacrifices, compromises.
I don't know that that's hard,
Well,
but
I'm saying in a sense for me, like I would say that what could make compromises or sacrifices hard is if you're not willing to relinquish or letting go of control of what made you comfortable prior to being in a marriage. So for example, there's a lot of, I mean, it doesn't feel like it per se, but there's a lot of things that I've had to sacrifice in order to be in this relationship, and these aren't sacrifices that I wasn't willing to let go.
like for example, what?
Okay, first of all, just having my own space. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love you, and I love being all up under you, being on top of you.
Okay, relax.
But what I'm saying is there's an aspect of like, I didn't have to answer to no one. I could just
have a dirty house.
have a dirty house,
Nail clippings on the rug.
nail clippings on the rug. Give me more.
Poop smears in the toilet.
Sure, even though you're really making me sound like I was a slob before this.
Dishes in the sink.
Okay, we can stop right there. But what I'm saying
Expired beans in the pantry.
I had to let
Multiple
go of
sheet
these
sets.
sacrifices in order to be in this marriage. But,
Laundry that wasn't folded
oh my God.
or hung up in hampers for years. Smelling dusty. Okay, anyway.
You're hilarious. You are funny. But what I'm saying is...
Okay, so what else? I want to keep hearing these things. They're actually really good for me. What other sacrifice did you have to make? Because I think I took you out of squalor, but it's fine. Like, you have a nice home that's
I
clean.
was comfortable. It was cheap. Can you imagine $675 for a one-bedroom apartment?
Okay, hold on. $675, black mold, asbestos, cockroaches, scorpions, a crazy landlord.
Oh,
What else?
look. All
A
I'm...
neighbor who died next door.
Oh, that did happen, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
The ceiling coming down, the AC really not working.
What I'm saying is before being in a marriage, I was comfortable with these things that you
no
might
sunlight.
not have been...
No sunlight in the apartment.
You might not have been comfortable with those things.
Spring is coming out of the couch, cutting my butt cheek. Oh God! So the thing about it is, like, for people that are out there listening, there's no argument you can make about where you live, except for the fact that you're upset that you pay double the price. But I would argue,
I'm just saying there's a reality before being in a relationship
Yeah.
to a reality now being in a marriage.
but that doesn't sound like a sacrifice to me. That sounds like
It's a trade-off. You said under no circumstances.
Correct.
So that's a sacrifice that I had to make.
It's not a sacrifice because you, first of all, let's not forget, you left Vegas to move to Miami, and you left.
I sacrificed my regular job the place that I was performing at for 8+ years. I sacrificed that for the betterment of course, myself, but really for the relationship.
No, for yourself. And
Everything I did, this relationship, this marriage is of benefit of myself. It's a very selfish thing. This marriage has elevated me. I had to sacrifice who I was before in order to get there. I think it would be hard
you
to be
had
in
to
this.
shed your skin to get to where
Show
you wanna
however
be.
you want to shed, relinquish, insert any synonyms in here. But what I'm saying is, in order for us to be in a marriage, there's some aspects of yourself that you have to let go. There's some people that are like, I'm not willing to compromise on anything. This is who I am for the rest of my days. You either get with it or get lost. Cool, fine.
Like wearing skinny jeans.
You can, okay, we get it.
I'm sorry, I'm just having fun.
I was horrible before. I
No,
met
you weren't horrible. But I think what I'm just trying to understand is, like, was it a sacrifice or was it a glow up?
Is you done or is you finished? I think it's
asking.
semantics at this point.
No, I'm just asking.
It depends on the vantage point. That's what I was saying. I think a sacrifice is where you are now looking back as opposed to where you were there and then looking forward. It's like the difference between hindsight and foresight. Sacrifice is looking back to what you lost or had to let go of. But then if you're moving from where you were at before to where you are now, it's not a sacrifice. It's like a glow up or a trade off or an upgrade.
Let
We
me
have
upgrade you.
Yeah, okay, I knew it was coming. It's
Well,
a Jay-Z.
it's a theme.
It's a Jay-Z kind of day. We're gonna play Jay-Z a little bit. Maybe I should play a little bit in the background.
No. Okay, anyway. So what other, I'm just curious, can you give me one more sacrifice that you had to make?
Well, being single, being out here.
Having 80 women.
I haven't had 80 sexual partners.
I've already counted 13.
Okay.
Remember I named them all in the bed the other night?
You haven't named them all. 'Cause
I know, I
haven't told
named
you
13
them.
of them.
You named what I told you. By the way, that's another conversation.
What?
Should partners be letting each other know their number or their list of sexual partners? I heard Cam Newton asked for a list of their girlfriend's partners or something like that. I'm like, oh, I don't even know.
A list? Well, the thing about it is, like, the list isn't really going to do much for you because you don't know these people's name. Like, if you saw anything on paper, it wouldn't really do anything for you unless you're, like, messing with, like, celebrities. And I guess maybe you would know who they are. But luckily for you, I haven't done anything with any celebrities, so.
Yeah, but you've done things with people that I've met also.
Have I?
Yeah. Which is fine. We've talked about it before. But, I'm dating. I'm married you. That has no jurisdiction
Sure.
on.
But I think it's kind of cool because I like to know. I just like to know some stories. Like, you have to remember, you have lived a more robust adult life than I lived.
And apparently a life of squalor, too.
You did live a life of squalor, but it was out of sacrifice so that you would have more funds to do the things that you wanted to do, which I can respect that. But I think that knowing about like certain partners is just like kind of fun. Not that I want to know like the intimate details, but it is nice to make up some things about your partner and then see if it's actually true. Like the 80 ladies thing.
No, it's not true.
Okay, well, I think it is.
And I ask you, would you look at me differently?
No, I wouldn't.
But you're moving off the presumption that I have been with 80 women.
Okay, honestly, I don't think it's 80. I think it's between 55 and 65, but it's more fun to round it up.
I can hear someone in the comments right now. That nigga got a dirty dick.
No, it's not dirty. We checked it.
I don't
tested.
play. I don't play around.
We neither one of us have played ever.
I don't even allow people to put their mouth on me like that sometimes.
Okay, that was in the past.
Yeah, in the past.
Yeah.
I was very like, I don't know where your mouth has been.
Okay. Anyway.
But even still, that's not to say anything bad about the women. I'm just saying I try to ethically date and be active responsibly.
Yeah, you did. You did a great job. But yeah, so I just think it's more of like a fun thing that I do. It's not. I just like to poke fun because I know that you're like, there's no way that this girl really believes that it's been 80, and it's just like kind of a fun narrative to like run with. And eventually, I'll find out more names as the years go on. We've been together for 4 years. I have 13 names.
To my grave. Taking it to my grave. I've told you way too much.
Because I know names, which is also crazy.
Why did I tell you
I know,
these
but
things?
I like it. Anyway, it'll keep coming.
And do you know what? Maybe this is another point in relationships. Like, how strong is your bond or your relationship with your partner that you feel comfortable to talk about past partners? Sexcapades, sure.
Yeah. Well, it's in the past. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, how could you ever?
There's some people that would be like, are you kidding me? That's
Sure.
never gonna happen.
Sure, but I think that if that was the case, we would have had this conversation prior to getting married, and it wasn't important. I've also been shamed in a body count conversation in a previous relationship, and
how many people you got on your list?
Yeah, basically.
So
and I'm
sad.
like, why does it matter who I've been with previous to you if you like me for who I am?
Well, in my red pill days, one could surmise.
Yeah, what's the red pill number? One?
More than one. If you're not a virgin, get out of it.
Really? Can you be born again or no?
No.
Oh.
No. And you can't switch to another religion.
Oh.
You're trying to baptize that. You know what? Let me not say something egregious.
Yeah, but so in the red pill community, like how many sexual partners can a woman have before she's deemed disposable?
I don't think they have. I don't think that they have a particular number. I think it's
They definitely
what you can
do.
surmise about the mentality.
Okay.
So, for example,
So if it's like more than 20.
if you had more than 20, people would be like, okay, so what, is she a whore? Now, I don't think
Right.
that if you've had more than 20 sexual partners, you're deemed as a whore. I don't think that.
Right.
But it depends on how you got those 20 numbers. If you got 5 numbers in one night, whore.
Yeah.
But if you're like,
That's the red pill thought.
that's the red pill. Well, I mean,
Is that
is
your
that the
thought?
red pill thought? Do you,
know.
if you think so, okay, all right. I feel like this is a slippery slope.
Slippery slope. Yeah, I'm not going to comment about how many partners someone can have before it's deemed something. Like, do your thing. If you want to engage, like, hopefully you're safe and you protect yourself and all these things. But I was just curious if there was, like, a number floating in the community of, like, if you marry a girl, she's got to have less than this number for it to be appropriate.
There probably is, but I got out of that that community before I knew all the rules and regulations, because most of those dudes are talking out of their arse, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, I like to just play those games sometimes late at night where I just ask you questions and then you just like. Sometimes I can get you to share more information. It's a very particular kind of night that we have to be having for you to share more information. And then every now and again, I like to just summarize what I've remembered and learned. It's a good check and verify system that I've got going on.
What are you trying to do? You trying to make a database? So it'd be like, look at all these people.
No.
This is who you were with.
No. It's just in my head because I didn't know you before I knew you. So
I had to sacrifice who I was before.
sacrifice your body. The
That
one
is
lady
crazy.
only.
No, I had to upgrade to you.
You're welcome.
Not to say that the previous women weren't great or anything
They
like
weren't.
that. I'm just saying
They were awful.
I just had to look at me adjusting.
You feel a
I
little
just had
awkward?
to. No, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, I am grateful that I have you in my life right now, and your worth. You can't even quantify. You can't even qualify what it's like to be married to you. You're literally everything.
Thanks.
I'm off the hook.
No.
What else?
I think we've hit our time, babe. This
I
has
know
been
we've hit
more
our
than an
time.
hour.
It's definitely been
It's
at least an hour.
1:24.
You want to be done with this podcast?
Yeah. We got
Okay.
things to do.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think we got things to do. Well, I appreciate you, baby. We're back.
Wait, other hand. Hand hug.
We're back, baby.
We're back. Great job. We're a little rusty, I think, in our transition, so we'll get better at that. And we'll have some more flow to the podcast. We're trying to work on like having a framework, but not having an agenda that's too tight. So I think I can do some work to kind of get it flowing.
Zhuzh it up.
Just get it flowing in the right direction. But we'll be back next week for another pod. Sundays are our day to record, so we're gonna stick to it. And we're gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
Happy spooky season.
Happy spooky season. This is going to be great. Maybe for the next episode, we can actually be dressed up in our costumes.
Oh God, I don't even. This is the thing about it is like I don't even know what costume you got me. Is it the pink Power Ranger?
Do you want to be the Pink Power Ranger?
No, I don't know color. I don't know which one's good.
They're all good.
No,
Which one is not good?
I don't know. I never watched it, and I don't really know. Anyway, you just tell me what to wear and I'll wear it. If you want me to wear my costume, I'll put it on.
She do as I say.
Okay. All right. And this is when we have to exit stage left. I love you. Let's have a great week.
I love you
A
very
lot of
much.
cool things happening this week.
Yeah. A lot of. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, also a
Can't
lot
wait
of
to
work.
share about it. Yeah. The next episode is going to be amazing because we got a lot of updates.
A lot of updates. Yeah.
A lot of updates, a lot of things to share. And we can't wait for you to tune in.
We'll see you later.
Bye-bye. That was a great first episode, huh?
Great job, thanks.
You want to get outside?
Yes. I need something.
let's get smoothie or something.